The Toronto Raptors just put on an absolute show last night against the Houston Rockets as they now hold the longest active win streak in the NBA with 8 straight wins, and this blowout came without the likes of their all-star Fred VanVleet. This is just the 6th time in franchise history that the Raptors have been able to win 8 in a row, which just goes to show you that the Toronto Raptors have a serious team on their hands that who knows what they can do when the playoffs start, as they might even be able to go on a run. This game was led by Gary Trent Jr, who put on a clinic last night scoring the ball, almost getting his career high of 44, and was followed up by an incredible performance from Siakam and multiple other players across the board that I will get into later in this video. Also, only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. Enjoy the video. The thing that I wanted to give a lot of my attention to just before I got into the Raptors on this run is the recent trade that they just made that is sending much needed help to the Raptors. Toronto traded away Goran Dragic, who seemingly I'm not sure if there's a single Raptors fan who even wanted him there anymore, and a protected first round pick in exchange for Thaddeus Young, Drew Eubanks, and a second round pick. I had many mixed emotions about this trade, as at first I thought it was Dragic for Young straight up, only to learn the rest of the deal and was honestly kind of confused as to why we threw in a first round pick, but then I started to think about the trade more, and the more it started to make sense to me. The first rounder the Raptors gave up was a top 14 protected pick that would turn into a top 13 next season, or 2 second round picks the year after. But if you honestly look at how the Raptors are a legit team this season and are literally on an 8-game win streak, that could very well mean that this pick has a great chance of being a late first rounder. And then on top of that, well, the second round pick that we got was from the Detroit Pistons, and well, they are currently in last place in the NBA, which would mean that the Raptors would receive the very first pick of the second round if the season were to end today. And officially, if it did end today, that would mean the Spurs would get the 20th pick while we got the 31st pick. So it's not that much of a deal when you think about it, being only 11 picks away, and on top of that, we could very well continue to climb in the standings. Eubanks ended up getting cut immediately after the Raptors got him, and Dragic is expected to get bought out soon, so the only thing left to talk about is Thaddeus Young. Thaddeus Young is an older vet, but he's going to give this team some much needed bench depth that I know everyone understands we need, as VanVleet, Siakam, OG, and Scotty all rank in the top 10 in the entire NBA in minutes, which is just insane. He's coming off one of the best seasons of his career as he came off the bench for the Bulls and managed to average 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, over a steal per game while he shot the ball incredibly efficiently, and this was all in just averaging 24 minutes a game. Young is a guy that can do a little bit of everything on both sides of the ball, as he's standing at 6'8" with a 6'11" wingspan, as his frame is a similar mold of Siakam, OG, and Barnes. Being a veteran in the NBA at his position, I honestly think he's going to play a crucial role in Scotty's development, being that he is a similar build mixed in with his ability to have been a playmaker at his size. But on top of this, he actually has very close connections to OG Anunoby, whom he said he played on Young's AAU team growing up, to the point where they have been in constant communication, as he's taken plenty of advice from him throughout his career, as OG mentioned that he talked to him before making his college decision, before entering the draft, and almost every year he's been in the NBA. The one downside that I think many people have viewed for this trade is the fact that Young is 33 and is an unrestricted free agent this season, but this just goes to show you that Masai truly believes in building around this starting lineup that we have put in place, so much so that he is willing to give up a first rounder in order for some help for those guys to make a run in the playoffs. And honestly, after seeing the fact that the Raptors are currently 11-1 this season, when VanVleet, Siakam, OG, Trent, and Barnes are all starting together, I don't think you can blame him, as this starting five, especially with their ages, can truly be something special in the NBA. On top of this, who knows, he could end up staying with the Raptors after this season, which would just be an added bonus, as this would further help the development of this incredibly young yet incredibly talented starting five. After getting that out of the way, it's time we start to talk about the masterclass of a performance last night to extend their winning streak to a league-leading 8 straight games. This was Gary Trent Jr.'s night, as he absolutely took over the game from the jump, where honestly it felt like this win was never in doubt with the way Trent was playing. Easily his best night of the season, Trent scored 42 points, just 2 shy from his career high, as he managed to also acquire 4 assists and 5 steals on the night, where he also shot the ball over 57% from the field and 46% from 3, and the best part, well, he did all of this in just 37 minutes. What he's been able to do in 2022 has been absolutely remarkable for Raptors fans to witness, as we are watching the 23-year-old blossom in front of our eyes, and you can just tell that he's incredibly happy to be playing with this organization that has just allowed him to be free as a player, which in turn has resulted in this breakout season. It goes without question that I think he's 100% going to be an all-star one year, as I also think that there's a great chance that every single player a part of this starting lineup will one day make the all-star team. Obviously not all in the same year, but you know what I mean. This performance was followed by another great one from Siakam, which has been a trend this season, as I honestly think he deserved an all-star nod, but like I mentioned in my previous video that you guys can watch after this, no matter what happens, this team still has 2 all-stars on their roster with how he's been able to play. Siakam, in just 31 minutes of play, because he fouled out, managed to score 30 points while grabbing 3 rebounds and 4 assists, but these 30 points were brought to you by him shooting 68% from the field. Siakam as of late has been on an absolute tear, as in his last 5 games, he's been able to average 28, 10, and 5.6 on 62% from the field and 44% from 3. The once upon a time most improved player is looking like he can potentially win the award again. I don't think it's going to happen this year, but the improvements he's made from last season seriously cannot go unnoticed. Due to the nature of this game, the minutes were spread out evenly, which is a fantastic sign. Not seeing a single Raptor have over 40 minutes in this game with how it's been recently, and this allowed for some nice performances off the bench from Boucher, Malachi, and Delano, so hopefully we see some sort of trend out of this department. All in all, this team is truly doing something special right now that I know not a single person outside of this Toronto Raptors fan base believed they would be able to accomplish a streak like this at the start of the season. Night in and night out, they do nothing but exceed expectations, as this team probably shouldn't be in the situation they're in right now, considering they're just 1 season away from completely rebuilding, yet they are, and I couldn't be more excited about what's to come for the rest of the year. Slowly but surely, they are creeping closer towards the top of the East, as they sit just 4 games back from the Miami Heat, and with the addition of Thaddeus Young off the bench, is Masai trying to tell us that he believes that we can continue to prove everybody else wrong and make a legit push to be one of the top teams in the NBA, as any one of the starters can absolutely blow up in the playoffs and shock some of their opponents. Like I mentioned earlier, the team has been almost unstoppable with their full starting lineup in their rotation, going 11-1, so all we gotta do is wait and see. The Toronto Raptors face the Nuggets on Saturday and will be looking to extend their win streak, and what would be absolutely amazing would be if this team could pull away with the franchise record eventually with 12 straight wins on the year. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think of the Thaddeus Young trade. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and as always, if you did, be sure to hit that like button to help this video get shared along YouTube's algorithm, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more NBA content like this that I will be posting multiple times per week. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great night.